welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is Poms. This movie is rated PG-13, and it's kind of a female empowerment comedy. It's brought to you by SDX Films, the studio that created the movies Bad Moms and The Book Club. So if you liked both of those movies, you're probably going to get a kick out of this Diane Keaton movie. However, if you thought they were both way too crass, trashy, and dumb, then you're going to want to pass on this one too, because the flavor is very similar. As a film critic, I have to say the movie is not very good. As a woman marching every day closer to retirement age, I readily admit that grandma gal pals will have a laugh together while watching this and be inspired to live their dreams and seize the day. So some quick tips for parents. There's a short clip of an STD film that's being played to a bunch of high school students. There's lots of talk of sex, like those other two movies that I mentioned. There's some suggestive movements, as the people are doing cheers, as well as an old lady who flips the bird to somebody, actually it's to her son, and then all of her friends cheer and think that's so awesome that she did that. There's talk of drugs. There's some profanity and name calling. No F-bombs, so that's good. Teen cheerleaders wear skimpy outfits, while they're doing cheers, and so it shows lots of skin. People make fun of other people and are really disrespectful, which I don't think that's funny. There's talk of murder, and there's even vandalism, and all done thinking that, oh, that's so funny. So it's not really my cup of tea in terms of humor. It's not very intelligent or clever. And some of the jokes kind of get tired because obviously they're all age related. But some positive themes, and I'll tell you a few more positive things before I give you some other warnings. Some themes would be Martha, who's played by Diane Keaton, says, "My mom, she used to say that we don't die. We live on through the memories we leave behind." And that's kind of the big message of the movie, as well as she says two other things. The only thing that really matters is what we think of ourselves, because, people are making fun of these old retirement home ladies trying to be cheerleaders. And then life is short and make your move already. And so I really like that message. Obviously, life is too short. And so these women are kind of trying to either relive moments that they had before or create new memories of things they wish they had done in their life. So this elderly cast of spunky women includes Diane Keaton, of course, Jackie Weaver, Rhea Perlman, Celia Weston, Phyllis Somerville, who's hilarious, Pam Grier, and some faces you probably haven't seen before. At the very beginning of the movie, you see these video clips at the very beginning. I just said that. At the very beginning of the movie, you see some film clips that easily could have been from my own high school days, and it sure brought back memories. But that's also one of my complaints, is the cheerleading itself looks like it's from 30 years ago. I wanted to see new, fresh cheer routines. And there is just a tiny little moment where you see these girls in high school as current cheerleaders, and they're doing all the acrobatic stuff. And you're like, okay, that's kind of what cheer is today. But of course, the cheer that the old ladies do is the old fashioned, rah, rah, rah. And they're old, so they just can't do a whole lot. I love the metaphor of a firework as relating to our life and death even. I thought that actually was probably one of the most clever things in the movie. And the idea just that women need a support system of other women. It's a great reminder to be open to new friendships and experiences. And then finally, I just think it's always great that old actresses can still get work in Hollywood. So that's good. So a few things that I didn't like is that I do like Diane Keaton, but she plays the same character in every doggone movie, right? Another complaint is you don't really get to know any of these characters. They're all very surface level cliched characters, and so you don't get a great backstory. You don't get some real depth of character. It's just sort of surface level cliches, and so I'm always disappointed when character development is missing from a movie, especially from a character type of movie. There are two other glaring problems I found with the movie. Was the motivation of two characters in particular just completely change on a dime. And I understand why. It's to move the storyline forward. The plot is critical to their characters changing, but there's no reason for them to change. One is nice and instantly just turns mean and vindictive, and the other one is vindictive and mean and all of a sudden is really nice and supportive. And there's no reason, there's no event that propels that change, which I just found annoying. I know most people are just not going to think this through as much and be bothered by it, but anyway, I'm just telling you, it kind of annoyed me. There's a neighbor at the very beginning who's extremely annoying, and I just would have said, I'm done, but of course she plays a crucial role in the movie, and there is some friendship that develops from that. I think mostly out of fatigue than anything else. I mentioned that the humor is just raunchy, it's unsophisticated with tired punchlines. It's kind of depressing because, you want them to do this great routine and they never really get there because they're old and they can't really do that much. And just the fact that, we all have these unfulfilled desires and bucket lists and wish lists, and that every day we're closer to the end of our life is just kind of depressing. There's some overacting, and that the characters or the people felt more like characters or cartoons than real people. I mentioned that the people are super respectful towards each other, and I know it's supposed to be for laughs, but I'm not amused. That's just poor humor in my opinion. And then there's a moment where these older women are wearing these cheerleader outfits and they have letters on them. And so I kept waiting for them to get into formation and it would spell something really clever or witty or poignant or inspirational. And it never does. They're just the letters of the first letter of their name, which was fine, but I just wanted more. And I kind of felt that way throughout the whole movie. I wanted more than just kind of a surface level thing. And it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty predictable. But if all that sounds fun to you, then you'll probably enjoy the movie. One funny line of the movie is this mean cheerleader says to the old woman, break a hip. And then this mean old lady snaps back, get pregnant. And so there's sort of this rivalry that goes on between ageism and, well, that's pretty much it. Anyway, check out my website, moviereviewmom.com, for more information on this movie, more review information. And I hope you enjoy it if you see it. Bye for now.